What's up, guys? Dirty here coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be talking about loadouts. This is not going to be your typical video where some idiot is going to be standing in front of you telling you some BS. Like the following. This is the greatest loadout ever. Season 5. So, I'm not doing a stupid video about the greatest loadout of season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. We ain't doing that because it's outplayed and it's just stupid. There is no greatest loadout ever for any player. You know what I mean? Like, I should rephrase that, for all players. Each person is going to have their individual loadout, sure, but it's not going to be the same for every single person across the board. This video is not for people that are very experienced. This is for new players to medium players who have questions about how do I build a loadout specifically for me, or just in general, how the hell do I build a loadout? So let's get into it. Cue the intro. Oh shit, we don't have one. Oh, oops. Okay, so jumping right into it here, I'm just going to explain how I have my loadout set out. The very top one here, it's labeled M4 fast. So it's not a fast. We'll even jump into it here. And my M4 set up for accuracy, range, control. Basically, it's set for mid to long range, especially with the VLK. That's definitely good for long range and mid range. I mean, honestly, it's just good for everything. My secondary is an MP7. I absolutely love it. It's underrated by far. This one is also set to accuracy, range, and control. This one here is my mid to low range, close range. If I'm running with buddies and friends and people that are confident, I'll typically run this very top one here. I just recently changed it. That's why it still says fast. I need to change that out just so it says M4. With that said, how I have mine set up is I have typically a fast class and then a ghost class. The idea behind this is you play for your loadout right after the bat. Once you get your loadout, you're basically going after scavengers or most wanteds. And when I say most wanteds, I don't mean go get one. I mean go after the person that has it, or you're going after oh, what the hell is it? Bounties. Excuse me. So you're going to be going after one of those until you get that free second loadout. Once you get the free second loadout, you just get your ghost. Now, obviously, you're not going to have the same guns, right? Unless you make the same class with ghost, which isn't going to happen because you won't be able to have your secondary because you can't run overkill. All right, so you get your ghost, and then you swap out your weapons, both of them. So you have your first weapons here, and then the ideal secondary is going to be a fast like I have on this class here. You can see mobility is through the roof, control is a little bit there, range is non-existent. So if I'm landing somewhere like in the middle of the city and the circle is planning on coming down in the middle of the city, and if you didn't know how to find that out, you basically just do like it's not scavengers, it's crap, I can't remember the name of it, but every one you do, it'll show you the next circle. So if you're coming down to the circle in the city, you're going to want something like this here. And this will, I'd probably change out the grip for like FMJs or something, but that'll work perfectly for very close range, hitting people on stairs, stuff like that. This guy here, you can get on top of a building and you'll have medium to long range. It's just great for all around. Both these are great. So that's typically what you're going to want to get, and then you'll get your ghost for a second loadout, like I said before, and then you'll swap your weapons. So you have these weapons on ghost, so you'll be pretty quick and you'll be undetectable. Typically with ghost, if you're a sniper like my Car 98 class here, I need to mess around with the secondary, but you'll have cold-blooded, Ghost, and then you want to run whatever you want for your third. I have amped on here because my ideal situation here is I'm gonna have this class here when I'm running with people I'm confident with, and again this secondary. This is important here because, like I said, accuracy, range, control. This is good for close range to mid range, and then you're gonna have a sniper rifle for long range. So if you're on the building, you have those stairs, you'll be able to snipe at people, and then when people come rushing after you, you'll have your secondary. You pick up your ghost, and then you swap out this secondary for this one. That's the general idea of what I run into. Now, how did I get to that state, right? Like, this is what this video is about. Getting to that state was figuring out what works for me, and it's exactly what you need to do is figure out what works for you. Where do you drop the most, right? Where do you find yourself the most? You find yourself at lumber, always pushing in to stadium, because there's a huge gap there. You're probably going to want something close to this guy here where it's very fast for secondary, so you can run in pretty quickly in that open space. But you're also going to want something like this guy here, so if you start getting shot at, you don't have to respond to those shots with this guy here where it's going to miss absolutely everything at mid to long range. You just bounce out into this guy here, take shot, return fire a little bit, and then try and get to a tree or something. Same thing like if you're in the middle of the city or a hospital or something, you can use this. I would typically go with something like this here though, and I mean maybe even throw on like an optic or something. I would change things up so it's a little bit more mobile. I would definitely throw FMJs on there, and then you get a pretty decent close to mid weapon there. That's not what I run my stuff at though. So that's what you need to do. You need to come in here and you need to grab the weapon that you like the most, the one that works for you the most, where you're going to be most accurate with, the one that you're most comfortable with, and the one that you have the most attachments unlocked. And then you're just going to want to look, and you're going to want to scan through these and be like, hey, the cap suppressor here, it's looking a bit better for mobility and like sitting in a building, a hospital, you know what I mean? Then we'll come through here, this one here, the TAC foregrip, looking pretty thick. TAC laser is absolutely great for everything. I wouldn't change that. The barrel, look at that mobility on that barrel, right? What else we got here? 60 rounds, we go to 50. And you know what, we don't even need to do 50. What if you're doing duos, solos, trips even, right? Change that out for FMJs, and immediately you got a lot of control there. You got some decent mobility, you got good damage, and you got some decent accuracy. I mean, we didn't even take a look at stocks or anything, right? Like stocks, look at that mobility. Look at that. So that's the general idea. Go through here, look and see what works for you with the weapons that work for you. Or even if you're just like, I don't like any of the ARs, but the SMGs I'm good with. Like I said before, run that SMG, dude. Like, get after what you're good at, homie. If you're good with something like this, then absolutely go after it, right? We'll just build one quick out here. Where did it go here? I just saw it. There it is. And that wasn't even a bad loadout. Like with the FMJs on there, like this is not a terrible loadout right here. It is not terrible. Personally, I do solos or quads. I've used this exact loadout, and it was a monster. If you're sitting in the corner in a building, you're probably gonna want to use a shotgun. You're not gonna want to use, an SMG or an LMG or anything like that. You're gonna want something that's gonna kill quick. So grab that freaking shotgun. But that's going to be our video for today. If you like what you've seen, go ahead and drop a like. If you didn't, let me know what you didn't like about it. If you did like it, let me know what you liked about it, how I helped you, how I could possibly help you differently in the future with another video. Let me know. I'm always willing to make new videos on or go more in depth on things. I don't have a problem with that. Otherwise, y'all take it easy and in peace.